It seems like the game of health and fitness changes after the age of 40. All of a sudden, our buildup from our 20s and 30s make us rethink about our bodies and about our health. It's less about looking good, and it's more about feeling good. It's more about living a longer, healthier life. Today, we're going to be talking about the top 3 diets that you can try after the age of 40. Hey, this is Coach Troy over at FitTRAC Coaching, where we help busy parents and professionals over the age of 40 live stronger, longer, and healthier lives simply through the power of habits. Now, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with all of our content as it comes along. So what goes into an ideal diet after 40 years of age? Well, each of the diets we're going to talk about today follow these 3 concepts. First off, they have a focus on whole, minimally processed, single ingredient foods. We're talking about apples, oranges, carrots, celery, an animal protein derived from just that animal. Things like that. What you get from that is a high amount of micronutrients. We're talking about vitamins, minerals, and amino acids for very little calories per serving. The second big aspect about these diets is that they are sustainable long term. So the 5-day juice cleanse is out the window, the 30-day keto burst is gone. Any sort of quick fix, fast result diet that you have ever seen gets thrown out the window. You see, we gotta ask ourselves when we pick a diet, can we sustain this for theoretically the rest of our lives? That long term? Can we hold on to this diet for at least 85% of our week and have a small cheat meal or a couple cheat meals just for sake of brevity, for sake of sanity? By the way, if you have ever done any of these fad diets, these cleanses, these quick fix diets, these 3-week ones, 21-day ones, share your experiences in the comments below. And trust me, there's no shame here. We've all done it, we've all experienced it, and we just want to get stronger together. Now, finally, the one thing you have to ask yourself about picking a diet is, can you enjoy it? Now, I know it sounds very simple and it sounds very obvious, but the thing is, you don't want to go on a diet that focuses on one food and has you avoid your favorite food. So for instance, you don't want to do a plant-based diet if you like turkey leg. You don't want to go on a carnivore diet if you like vegetables. It seems very obvious, but you definitely don't want to step into a diet if it breaks your food preferences, your food allergies, and any sort of religious or ethical reasoning you have. So the first diet we're going to talk about is the Paleo diet. Now, various forms of Paleo diet focuses on minimally processed foods as being the forefront. In fact, they go as far as to ask, can this food be found in nature? So we're talking potato, we're talking lean proteins, we're talking about avoiding grain and sugar-based products because obviously those had to get processed into something. Really, on a paleo diet, it tends to avoid stuff like pasta because you can't eat a wheat stalk from nature. You have to ground the wheat, you have to make the wheat into a dough, then make it into a noodle, process, blah, 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 blah. So they look strictly for single ingredient foods, which is why sometimes they avoid rice because even rice has a step. You know, you have to separate the grain from the stalk, you have to distill it, you have to process rice in some way, shape, or form. Where potato, a fellow carb, you could just dice the potato, cook the potato, boom, there you go. So this is a diet that's great for people who want something simple, something very easy to remember, something that you don't have to overthink. But if you want to still have processed foods in your diet, you gotta ask yourself, can you go minimally processed 85% of the time and then have a cheat day? If so, this might be the right diet for you. The second diet I want to talk about is the Mediterranean diets. Hence the word, this diet is derived from habits done by people in the Mediterranean. We're talking about Italy and Greece. This diet does add the breads back in moderation, but the big focus in Mediterranean diets is vegetables and most of all, fish, especially fattier fish that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. What's an omega-3 fatty acid? It's a fatty acid that is derived in many of the fish in the Mediterranean that contribute to a very strong heart health. A lot of people will have to supplement their diet with pills of omega-3 fish oil, where those that practice Mediterranean diet just get that same fish oil from eating the fish on a regular basis. Now, without any sort of like scientific proof, there has been stories of people could live over 90 years old, over 100 years old, very sustainably and very healthily using the Mediterranean diet as their template. So if you love fish and you love vegetables and a little bit of carbs in moderation, this is an awesome diet for you. I would avoid this if you're more of a red meat person, but it's just another option to have. All right, we can't talk about diets without addressing one of the big elephants in the room, the plant-based or vegan diets. What is it? Well, these are degrees of diets that replace animal product with some sort of plant-based substitute. So sometimes you have vegetarians who just don't eat meat and they still eat egg and butter, dairy-based products. Then you have full plant-based, full vegan, which means no egg, no dairy, no meat, and it's all plant-based. So there's different degrees of plant-based dieting, but that's the big emphasis, is that you're replacing something that usually is meat with some sort of substitute created from a plant-based product like pea protein, soybean, etc., etc., etc. So if you're in a situation where maybe eating a lot of meat and eating a lot of meat-based protein is not healthy for you in the short or long term, if you feel like your digestion isn't as good with the meat products anymore, switching to a plant-based diet might actually be helpful for you. One big caveat that no one really mentions in plant-based dieting is the sodium content. I mean, imagine taking peas and soybean and turning it into a beef burger patty. You have to imagine there's a lot of additives and a lot of sodium thrown into that processing job to turn a vegetable into a substitute meat. So those who have to watch their sodium in their diets, definitely be on the lookout when you're going to a plant-based eating plan such as this. Look, I know we just brushed the surface on eating habits and diets and all that. If you like the information that we have shared so far, hit a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to subscribe to FitTRAC Coaching, hit the notification bell. That way you're up to date with all of our videos as we roll them out. We're trying to do at least a video a week, so always stay tuned and we're gonna have an awesome time together. In the meantime, this has been Troy from FitTRAC Coaching. I'll talk to you later.